let me make something clear first. It wasn't WWE's idea. It wasn't none of the writers' ideas to do Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. The idea came about because I had a meeting with Hunter and back in the day in FCW, and I told him the story about Místico and Místico, how everything came about. So then that's
Yes.
how the idea came about of like Sin Cara versus Sin Cara. But the main thing for them was to be able to make the blue Sin Cara because it was the first big superstar that Triple H had hired. And
Hmm.
I guess he wanted to show the boss that, he was able to take over the company or whatever he wanted to show. I don't know. But it wasn't nobody's idea. Obviously, as the story came along, we used writers and other things like that. But the main idea wasn't their idea. It was my real life story. So that's why everything came about. And at the end of the whole deal, I think we did it very soon. We could have kept telling that story for a long time because I don't think
Yeah.
I've ever seen a heel mass wrestler in WWE. It's always been a babyface, and that would have been something really cool to be able to be the Black Sin Cara for a long time, and then later on, who knows, do the whole Sin Cara versus Sin Cara like we did. But I think we ended up doing it too soon. We didn't really take as much as we could have out of that story. I think they just wanted to make him so big during that time because Ray wasn't there anymore, and they needed
Hmm.
this big Mexican star, with a mask on, and that's the thing. But it was fine, when I was there, the beginning, we had a talk. I told him, I don't know you, you don't know me, but I'm here to work. That's the main focus for me, and I just want to be able to have good matches and showcase my talent and be able to show the world what we can do. That was basically it, and we got along, pretty well. But then people have different views, right? And I think for him, it was a different view. He was used to always, being that big star that he was in Mexico, that everything was like handed to him, like here you go, I'm gonna give
Hmm.
it to you. And for me, it wasn't like that. I had to fight for everything that I had, and I think our mindsets during that time were different. But obviously, people change, and throughout time changes. And then, and right now that you're asking me, it's pretty cool because remember I told you that I was in Guadalajara, that show. He
Yeah.
wrestled there. He wrestles under Caristico, and it was pretty cool because my son got to see him wrestle, whatever. I ended up going, outside into the lobby when the show ended. I was talking to El Satánico. He's one of the legends in Mexico, and I was talking to him a little bit. And I had never met him before, but I knew who he was, and we started talking. And then as soon as my photographer tells me, "Hey, Caristico wants to talk to you," I'm like, "Really?" He's like, "Yeah." So I go, backstage, and we said hi. We said, "Hey, how you doing?" And he greeted me really well. He gave me a big hug, and "Hey, how you doing?" This and that, and I realized that people change. He's not the same guy that he was before. A little selfish, a little into himself, and you realize that I think throughout time and as we get older, we get more mature, and he realized that nothing lasts forever. And it was pretty cool to be able to talk a little bit and remember a lot of the matches that we had because we had really good matches, to be honest. Besides whatever happened outside the ring, I think we had good matches and people loved the story that we were telling, and it was fun to be able to see how life and how throughout the years things change, and I'm not I don't have no regrets or nothing. If we get to work again and CMLL or in other companies or an independent company, I'm all for it. I don't have a problem with it.